even I am the one, the only Magic B. Mobley sitting there with V. Brown.
Hey, people.
And V. Brown comes bearing gifts.
Oh, man, I got a special guest in the house. My girl, she is an actress, a singer, a mom, a mogul in the making. Or are you one? Like, you gonna call yourself one now? We can. The host of her own Think Different TV. We have Miss Lashia in the building.
Hey.
Thank you for being here, Miss Lashia.
I am honored to be here with you guys. Y'all are cutting up already.
Oh yeah, it's a party before the party.
Some behind the scenes footage soon to come.
Yeah, they know this already. It's a party before the party. But before we get into everything, y'all know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and most of all, share. And also, we got a shout out to this week's sponsor, Global Unity Clothing. Global Unity Clothing. That's right. Cop up.
Graceful, glamorous, genius, genuine, endearing. All wrapped up in one. Creating global unity. Streetwear with a positive message. Come shop with us at globalunityclothing.com. Also follow us on IG at global_unity_clothing. Stay positive.
All right. So what we got on the topics today, Miss Lashia, like I said, we like to surprise people. Like we won't do no pre-screening. Like, oh, we're gonna talk about that. No. Because we want this like raw and unfiltered. We want your honest answers. If you get stuck, you just gonna be looking like,
yeah.
I plead the fifth.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
F-I-F fifth.
Told you, she sang. But I was, man, so I get most of my stuff just by scrolling. Like, social media is the gift that keeps on giving. But I always say it's a curse too because of all the trash. But an honest question came up. Like, do you think men deserve half? Like, what do you think? What do you think about men who walk away with half alimony or anything in a separation or a divorce? Like, are they deserving? Do you think it's bitchy? Does he deserve it?
I can't wait to hear it is.
My gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so many different type of ways about this topic because it really all depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got into a point right now where women are making just as much money as men, if not more. And prenup goes both ways. Nobody know about prenups no more. Nobody know about prenups.
We want prenup.
We want prenup. Like women need to have the men sign prenup, just like men need to have their women sign prenups. You know, if they want to protect their assets. You know, and the crazy thing about it is that a lot of people out here just all willy nilly just getting married for love, or so they say. But we know that marriage is a contract. It's a business. It's a business. At the end of the day, it's a contract. And as soon as somebody go against the contract, what's happened? People want to rip up the contract. And it's so easy to do nowadays. You just go down to the courthouse and just say irreconcilable differences, because you saw that Portia Williams just did that. And, you know.
She like, a dirty bitch. I mean to say, and I meant to say it.
But you know why? But she trying to protect her assets because she ain't signed no prenup. They didn't do no prenup. But the thing is that they did one, but certain things in the contract would make it void. So what she's trying to do is to get Simon to get back on board with reinforcing those contracts, right? It's a whole mess. Because first she said, "Oh, I'm returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta as Portia Guabadia," and then next thing you know, you hear
next week. It was like literally next week.
Like, I was like, "What did you just say? I thought you said you was to come back as Portia Williams. What happened?" So yeah, should men get half? I think they should. I think that men should get half. Women should get half. Whoever has the more, and the thing is that you have to protect yourself. If you feel like that's going to happen at the end of the situation, sign a prenup. And if the person is all like, I don't know, I'm not sure if I want to sign a prenup and everything at the beginning, they're showing you right there who they are. So, what was it, Maya Angelou? She said when somebody show you
So
who they
you
are,
believe them the first time. Yeah.
Listen, you gotta just be like, listen, you're not gonna sign this prenup. Something wrong. Hey, which call did it? The basketball player? Did he do it? He left the lady at the altar. He said this chick is not gonna sign this
Who?
prenup.
Oh God, help me out.
Oh my gosh, what is his
Who it
name?
is.
Oh my gosh, what is his
It
name?
happened.
He was
At
like,
the altar.
at the altar, and he's like doing podcasts and stuff right now, and he was like, listen, she ain't signed a prenup, and he left her straight at the altar because it was like down to the wire, and he like, she ain't signed it yet. She ain't signed it yet. His lawyer was like, she ain't signed it yet, brother. What you want me to do? You still gonna walk? He was like, I got too much to lose.
Can you imagine though standing there? You just waiting like.
Like,
Killing them zeros.
and the crazy thing is, the groom is supposed to already be there.
Mm-hmm.
So you just show up. People like, he ain't get here yet, girl. I don't know what you gonna do, girl. I don't know, girl. Like, what you do? What you do? You slept with the groom? No, I ain't.
You can
I'm trying
imagine.
to figure out what I didn't. Oh, I didn't sign the prenup, but I ain't got. But then he got married to another chick, and the other chick was saying that she ain't had to sign a prenup. So I don't know. It's just some weird stuff.
Man, you got them M's. You got to get a prenup, man. You got them M's.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you the truth. I'm going to say it. I believe if you got them M's, you shouldn't get married.
Don't get married.
If you got them M's, don't get married. You can shack up.
Or
Shack.
bees.
Yep. Shack up and look. And look, if you mess with her like that and the time go along, I mean, you can write yourself your own will and testament or create or get a trust or something to lead this stuff to her. If that's what you want. But I don't suggest you, because when you think about it, we talked about this earlier.
Mhm.
It's like I see people get divorced and stuff like that and get half and they only been married for a year, 2 years. What work
Come did you put in?
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on.
But again,
Come on,
I
Jack.
feel like that's most common with women walking away like that, like within a year or so. And like you said, unless it's the woman is the biggest breadwinner and there was no prenups involved, there's guys walking away with half of that. And there's folks who feel like, oh, that's a bitch move or that makes him weak. But it's like, he put something into this marriage too. He probably, just hypothetically, he picked up from somewhere, left a life, left family, left friends and stuff like that to go along with your program.
True.
And now he's accustomed to a lifestyle just as, women get accustomed to the lifestyle being married to a wealthy man.
And men don't like to be the bitch in the relationship. They don't like to be the one, that's sitting back.
It's getting a
while
lot more
his
common.
woman out there
Yes,
making
it
all the money.
is.
Now, you brought up a good point. To your point, Maddie, when you said just don't get married. Rihanna ain't getting married.
She know damn well not to get married.
She not getting married. It's not gonna happen. And ASAP Rocky, he know this.
Not even with
And he
ironclad prenuptial.
because he making money himself. But see, that's what you got to do.
He ain't making
You can't
Fenty
just
money.
sit. You can't just sit in there and just be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna just live off of your money." Take the money that you're making, invest it.
I believe she putting him. I believe she's showing him where to put that, what to invest in and how to do it. I'm sure her people is working that out. That's why I'm saying. I'm like, if you get with somebody of status, right? I believe that person should put you on how to make your own money. You know what I'm saying? You like, and instead of me mooching off you, living off you. All right, show me how to make this $40, $400,000.
Mm-hmm.
Show me how to do it. And you know what I mean? And I think that's how it should be. But that's why I believe a lot of times you see the women that make more now will take a guy that's not making that much, but I'm sure she is showing them the way. Where when it's in reverse though, a lot of times I don't believe the woman be wanting to know. They're like, I just want to spend your stuff.
Mhm.
Whatever you got, I'm gonna hold on to. Whatever you give me, I'm gonna hold on to this.
Or it could also be the situation where a man doesn't want his woman to start making money on her own, because then she's going to be trying to leave, because he's going to see, okay, she making her own money, and if she's the type of woman that is about money,
Mhm.
and she's like, I'm making more money than you make it right now. And you see how Call's wife did him so bad. Joe Smith's wife did him so bad. So I got to do OnlyFans now. You know,
And she probably wasn't the fucked up the bread.
and and she was like, soon as she was like, you know what, you ain't doing nothing for me anyway, she just cut her losses.
Mhm.
Now, a woman get in a situation and she's with a man and he's like giving her money, and she's like, you know what, I should invest this into something. Somebody did it recently. Princess and Ray J. They just filed for the 4th time divorce.
Oh my gosh.
But Princess just won this big, what is it?
The poker thing, I saw that.
Competition. She won money. She won a lot of money.
So now she's running with hers.
So she's like, I got a good nest egg. I'm about to be up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't have to be raised prisoner.
Somebody like Ray J, I don't think he'll be able to take it. Because it's like, no, you just deliberately spitting in my face now. You know, you're just deliberately doing this. And you're saying, I'm making more than you. I'm out. I
don't need you.
I don't need you no more. And men don't like to feel like they can't provide for their woman anymore. So sometimes they hold their woman back and say, you don't need a job. You can relax. You can spend this money. I'm going to give you an allowance. And some women, they just be like, okay. But it could also be a means of control.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm finding out nowadays, and I hope my sons is watching it. I don't suggest that nobody get married no more. I really don't. I don't suggest it no more. You know why?
Is this all about money?
Because that's what it's all about. It's not. Okay. It's not about what it used to be about.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's everything. It's like, oh yeah, well, everything finance. Do you know it's more to a relationship than nickels and dimes?
Finances break relationships,
right? You know what I'm saying? But these days, no talks about love are in it. Everything is about everybody's trying to be taken care of. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't even have to like you. That's how it's looking now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like. So all the young men today, I would suggest don't get married, bro. Don't get married because this is love has nothing. Like you can come into it with genuine good intentions. Like I want a family. I want so forth and so on. Right? I want this. But how it is today, you're not gonna find that, bro. You're not gonna. There's no chance. It's no chance. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you got.
Exactly. Because everything is going to be based on.
I'm a wrestling fan.
Everything's going to be based on what you have in your bank account. So if you're looking for love, you're not going to find it. So so my sons, my three grown men, I don't suggest they do it. I just don't. Unless you find a diamond in the rough. I say don't do it.
I would just say take your time. Don't like do this while you're so young, and make sure it's with a like-minded individual.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing.
You have to be evenly yoked, spiritually, mentally, financially.
But that's the thing.
And physically, bro, because
today, right? But you see what I'm saying?
Got a whoop, whoop, whoop.
You talking with
one person doing the heavy lifting.
You talking with sense.
Oh, man.
You talking with sense.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has sense anymore, bro.
It's all about sense.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
it's all about
literal sense.
It's about dollars and cents.
Listen, I'm on a regular. I'm trying to drill something into my kid. Like, I don't want you to be an idiot like some of your friends. I see where they're going.
It's like, yo, I'm like, I don't see families moving forward. I don't see families moving
well,
forward.
You know what? We live in a very capitalistic society nowadays. Everything is about how much money you have, what you can afford. And so because this is the world we live in, that's why marriage has become the institution that it has become. Before, we couldn't even get married. We had to have,
the jumping of the broom.
Jumping the broom, the master's blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And, and you wanted to jump the broom because you loved the person you were with, right? Now, over time, they say, oh, if you're married, you get benefits. Well, what benefits do I get? You get medical. You get this, you get that. Oh, if the person has life insurance, you could be the beneficiary. What does that have to do with? Money,
mm-hmm.
right? And then it seems like it was all curbed in favor of people being married and having that contract to get certain things. And that's why it is the way it is nowadays, where people are marrying for money, because at the end of the day, you need money to survive.
But some of those old ways, and pardon me for forgetting, but some of those old ways that you were speaking of were made and they were in favor of the women. And it was more common. Yes, benefits and everything. Like
the benefits and stuff like that.
Those
but
things.
Then also at that time, to your point,
mm-hmm.
women weren't the ones out there working.
Mm-hmm.
So
now that the times have changed and the shift. So how do you feel about it, man? Like, do you think that makes him weak for going after the Skrilla? Because if he feels like, I've been a stay-at-home dad, I took care of these kids, and all those same things that women felt like they were so deserving of half of what their men had, like at once upon a time, all those things, if he's done all those things, why do some people feel like, oh, that's a bitch move? Leave that woman alone. Just walk away and pull yourself up by the bootstraps and you start all over. Or like, just take some pocket change. And he's like, no.
It's my money and I need it now.
See, the only reason why some women feel that way, and even some men feel that way about women, like, let's not get it twisted. It's a lot of men out there like, women shouldn't get half, they shouldn't get none of this, and it's more in favor of women because they're like, oh, they did this, but times are changing and people aren't as forgiving towards women nowadays either. So
she used her Dr. Phil technique on me. She's not telling me how she.
I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. So, do I think that a man is weak for going after a woman? That I feel that the woman should have protected her ass in the first place, and should not have let that be a situation. Now, you messed up. You messed up. You got to deal with the consequences. If the man ain't, you let him lay around all this time, not have a job, you've been supporting him, and then you go to court and he's like, I want half. There's no boo-hoo and crying because you knew what it was. You let him lay around all the time. You let him do that. And now he's depending on your money forever. Halle Berry, Faith Evans, Mary J. Blige.
That nigga.
Can we
he got hefty bags from her, and it's terrible. But it's not that he shouldn't have walked away with nothing per se.
Did that happen to Wendy Williams too?
Yeah.
And he cheated.
They're the ones who stepping out, though.
Like the girls do. Like they cheat and then you show up to court and you still got to give her half and she still end up with the dude she been cheating with the whole time and marry him and you still paying alimony. It sounds even to me. This what equality looks like.
It's not. That is not it. Like for most cases that I've heard about or I know about personally, these women who have called for divorce, they were the ones who have been mistreated.
Cat. I call cat.
Stuff like that.
I call cat, bro.
I'm just saying for ones that I know of.
I call cat.
I'm just saying for ones that I know of.
Well, listen, nobody talking about the 6 people you talking about.
Again, this is
overall. The 6 motherfuckers you talking about.
But again, this is more commonplace than than men in that role. So it's like,
and a lot of women they choose to stay in the situation because they don't they don't know anything better. They can't get into anything better. So they stay in a bad relationship and just let it play out.
Is that so? Well,
Like
see,
a lot of women have.
and I love the way y'all doing it. This is where I shine at when shit like this,
I
right?
feel like he gets tagged.
Okay, here it comes, right? So you saying all this shit, right? They made this thing called paternity court, right? And you see all these ladies going on there, and the dude taking them on there because they don't believe the kid is his. And 70% of the time, with these motherfucking kids ain't theirs. So you telling me, right, that the little situation that is usually the man cheating. Well, guys, how come 70% of these kids ain't these dudes' kids then? Explain that to me.
Can
I need to know that.
I need to interject really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I can't speak on those hoes, but but I'm gonna just say like this. I just saw a recent law that was passed where you can get child support while you're pregnant. That's one. But what that's going to do is force people to get DNA tests while the baby's in the womb.
Here it is.
Can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I am.
Oh no! They're gonna shove a needle in your pregnant bellies.
Listen, I am a advocate for paternity tests in the waiting in the delivery room. Get them. Now, I had a whole show, Think Different TV. I have a show, and I had an episode on paternity fraud because it's a lot of cases like that. And you're absolutely right. It's not fair. Here's where it different. Now, there were no paternity tests in the womb at the time. But as soon as that baby was born, sometimes people are in a married relationship and it's assumed that the baby is the father. But there's a lot of people out here having babies out of wedlock. Come on now. And you need to take your butt right down to Quest Diagnostics or LabCorp or whatever, wherever they do DNA testing, and get that done right away, especially if you know you're not in a serious relationship with this person, or you're in a relationship with this person, but there's no ring. Hello. So, and that's on the responsibility. That's on the responsibility of the man and the woman, not just the woman, because you need both of them to go down there and take the test. Now, a lot of the to paternity court, there was a lot of situations where the man was like, "Well, I couldn't get down there, because it'd be years and years to do."
Is this your man impersonation?
The baby be like 18 years old.
That was bad.
The kid be like 18 years old and be talking about some, we going to bring him to paternity court. Where was you at for them 18 years, sir?
I mean,
where was you at for them 18 years? It was a guy that was jailed.
Playing dodgeball.
It was a guy put in jail for not paying child support for years.
5 years.
He was 5 years. Well, I said 4 years. Like 4 years, but like FOR.
Yeah, okay.
But it was 5 years. You're right. He was in jail for 5 years. Come to find out the baby wasn't his. Right? So he spent time in jail because he didn't pay child support. And that was wrong. Absolutely. But where was you at before that 5 years you was in jail, sir?
Now, when I saw that same thing.
They
now,
that
guy right there, he wasn't even in the same state. He didn't even know that he could possibly have a kid. He didn't know that. The lady was wicked. But we kind of digress because I was talking about the married folk. I was talking about those married people I was talking about 70% of those. They were not the father, and they married to this lady.
He do that voice all the time.
Yeah.
What are you trying to be smart?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, so
my point is,
gentlemen, it was the ones that were married. 70% of those, they were not the father. Those are the ones I was speaking of. So when you say, "Oh, the man that cheats, he should get everything he deserves to be punished. He deserves to get everything he deserves."
I didn't say.
What about? No, I'm talking to him.
Oh, what are you talking to him? He didn't say it either.
Yes, he did.
Because he was the man did not deserve as much.
How come he doesn't?
He walked away with.
How come?
Because
because he cheated, right? You said because
absolutely.
He cheated. Oh, but this lady just lied and said that this was his kid and she was married to him. So what's the bigger evil here?
It's both.
You're saying so if you're saying that he doesn't deserve this, then if a woman, she doesn't deserve
I don't think a
anything.
woman deserves it either. If she was
You
found
know what
to
I'm
be a
saying?
cheater,
But you didn't
or a
but
deceiver.
when we initially started, you didn't question the bag the lady was getting. But then instantly, when it was the dude, you said he doesn't deserve this much. Why doesn't he?
because that's Mary.
This is what equality looks like. This is what equality
Because
looks
that's
like.
Mary, and she was famous since 1992. Before his ass came along in 2002.
I don't give a damn if she's Virgin Mary.
Thinking that he's doing
He
something for her. She been the queen of hip hop soul before she met his black ass.
Oh,
So
it only go for people you like. I get it.
absolutely.
He deserves
being truthful.
Fine, you
Be
back me in the
honest.
corner.
every dime he gets.
Put baby in the corner.
He deserved because he was married to her. Because the women get it that way, and this is what equality looks like. I rest my case.
It was not fair,
Think different.
Judge Judy.
I think different. It says it
Well,
on the pen.
like,
Different.
so in a nutshell, like, I like men like that who actually go for the alimony. I don't think it's necessarily a weak thing, but I think there's a fair amount
No,
that needs to be considered.
you're wrong. There's no. Now you talking against equality. We can't do that. You know this lady's gonna go crazy. You talking against being equal? Are you crazy right now? You're causing a problem out here. We're gonna get canceled because you're talking against
You know
equality.
what?
Everybody
Think different.
who has,
Shut up.
I hope you wasn't
Yes. Think-
talking like me.
No. Think different.
But everybody that has assets that they want to protect those assets with a contract.
Mhm.
It's easy if you have the money, get a good lawyer, have that lawyer draw up a contract, put in that contract everything from the rooter to the tutor, all the nuts and bolts, put everything in there. Don't sit up there and mince words. They're like, are we gonna have kids? If we have kids, this is the situation, because now that Tyrese done put it out there about his situation, that's something you have to consider now. Put that in the contract too. We don't got kids now, but in the event of us having children, this is what will happen. You know, this is all stuff that we have to start doing. Be proactive instead of reactive. You know, be proactive instead of reactive. Take the time to do all your research and do what you need to do. You could be in love. But don't be stupid. Don't be stupid, especially if you got money.